Now we will start the lesson on the verb to be in short form. So we talked about the long form. For example, if I want to say that I am fine, I would say خوب هستم using the long form. But if we want to say the same sentence with the short form of the verb to be, we should use this form. خوب means fine, and for saying I am, you just drop hast and use personal ending. خوبم. So خوبم is the short form and the long form is خوب هستم. Second person, I should say in the long form is خوب هستی, but in short form we say خوب بی. So خوبم, خوبی. For the third person, so I should say خوب است or خوب هست, but here we just say خوبه and showing it with a he at the end. So this is خوبه. So this is not a he, it's a short vowel a which is shown like this. خوبم, خوبی, خوبه. First person plural. خوب هستیم. The short form is خوبیم. خوبیم. We are fine. The second person plural. خوبید. خوبیم, خوبید. You are fine. Plural. And third person plural is خوبند. خوبند. It's the same as خوب هستند. This is the short form. So خوبم, خوبی, خوبه. خوبیم, خوبید, خوبند. There is one point that is important to know. When we want to attach these endings to a word that ends in a long vowel, there we need to use a euphonic ye. So I will give you an example. For example, you have the word دانشجو, means student at university. Now you want to say I am student. So you can say دانشجو هستم. But if we want to use the short form, you should say دانشجو am. So, but because the word ends in a long vowel and you have two vowels together, you use a euphonic ye, something that intervenes in between to make the pronunciation easier. So you say دانشجو یم using this ye. For the second person you say دانشجو, again because you have two vowels you use a euphonic ye to intervene, and دانشجویی. So دانشجویی is equal to دانشجو هستی if you want to use the long form. And the third person is دانشجو. For this one we just put a he at the end. دانشجویه. So we don't use the ye, the euphonic ye there. For the first person plural, دانشجو, then we use euphonic ye and personal ending دانشجوییم. Second person plural دانشجویید. So as you can see, this is a ye we added in order to make the pronunciation easier. And the third person plural is دانشجو. Then we should add and. So we have a long vowel and a short vowel, so two vowels. We add the euphonic ye. دانشجویند. So we learned that the short form is almost like personal ending, except for the third person. So we say دانشجویم. The ye is euphonic because we have a long vowel here and a short vowel here. Two vowels together is hard to pronounce. We use a ye to intervene and make the pronunciation easier. So دانشجویم، دانشجویی، دانشجوه، دانشجوییم، دانشجویید، دانشجویند. So that was the lesson on the short form of the verb to be in present tense.